A federal lawsuit is claiming Delta Airlines overserved alcohol to a male passenger who then is accused of groping a mother and her underage daughter.
It happened last year on a flight to Greece. The man allegedly had at least 10 vodkas and a glass of wine before putting his hands on a 16-year-old girl and her mother. The family says despite asking for help from flight attendants, they never stopped giving the man alcohol and let the man walk off the plane with no consequences.
Well, eventually another passenger on the flight offered to be able to switch seats with the teen for the rest of the flight, and they're now seeking $2 million in damages. And Delta isn't commenting right now on the lawsuit, but to get a little more insight from both inside the plane and in the courtroom, Queen City News Chief Transportation Correspondent May-Kay Beeler is here to my right, and also Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes is to be able to talk about this deeper on the legal side so we can be able to understand this.
Kind of a little bit of a mock trial going on here. So May-Kay, let's start with you. You have years of experience in this, guys. What exactly is the protocol like for flight attendants when it comes to serving alcohol?
So there are laws, federal aviation regulations. So Code of Federal Regulations, Part 121.575. Now I'm going to read this to you. It says, no certificate holder, that would be the airline, may serve any alcoholic beverage to any person aboard its aircraft who appears to be intoxicated. Also, no certificate holder, that would be the airline, may allow any person to board any aircraft that appears to be intoxicated. So if they're already intoxicated, they shouldn't be boarded. And once on the plane, I can't serve them if I'm the flight attendant if they appear to be intoxicated. But this is subjective.
Yeah.
Right? What is intoxicated? Some people really show it and other people don't.
When you cut them off.
Right.
Khalif, I want to ask you, so right now, with this case in particular, is the airline responsible? And the lawsuit cites several civil rights violations.
It'd be obviously early on for this type of claim. I mean, it seems like there should be some potential liability, but any claim like this will be based in tort. And so first you want to see, does the airport or airline owe a duty to the individual, both the mother and the daughter, because both of them were alleged to be assaulted. And then did they breach that duty? Did they do something that stepped outside of what they were supposed to normally do? But the biggest issue, I think, with this case would be, was there breach a causation? What me actually doing or failing to do what I do, did that actually cause your injuries? I think that will probably be what stops them from being found liable down the road. Because even if I had a duty to protect you and maybe stop serving this guy drinks that led to him to touch this individual, was it foreseeable and was I the reason that he did that? I don't think a jury would find that the airline's failure to stop giving him drinks was the reason that he committed this crime against this individual. And so that probably would bar if it went to trial. But I wouldn't see this going to trial. This would be something that you would want to settle. I saw they came out and said that protecting our passengers is of the utmost importance in ensuring that nothing like this ever happens again. So for sure, they're already pivoting to try to make sure they take some kind of accountability.
Right.
But if it went to trial, I don't think they would be found liable.
Well, I know during COVID, they stopped serving alcohol on planes, but this surely happens more frequently than I'm sure the flight attendants would like to. Have you ever experienced anything like this?
Well, first of all, let me tell you that the majority of flight attendants don't want alcohol in flights because it contributes to unruly behavior. You know, you're not as inhibited, you tend to act out. So most flight attendants don't want it. Have I seen this on flights? Yes. And have I seen flight attendants not serve it? Yes. But again, it's subjective.
With it being subjective, and you both can chime in on this, what would you advise somebody to do if they found themselves in this exact situation?
I would scream.
Hit the button.
I'd scream. This person is attacking me. Speak up even louder.
For sure. And it sounds like that's what the young lady did. At one point, she was frustrated by the airline not moving her because they requested to get something to be done about it, and they did nothing. And at some point, he touched her, you know, under her bra is what the complaint said, on the backside. And then at that moment, she screamed. And then another individual switched seats. I think where you're talking about if there is an additional issue, I think the airline did is not trying to figure out at that moment when they landed, well, should we get investigators to be involved, not involving, you know, either U.S. authorities or the other authorities in the other country. That is something that I think was probably a misstep as well.
What do you think about the amount that they're asking for, $2 million?
I mean, obviously, you just want to make sure that you see the amount in controversy, so you just have to get that threshold amount met, and then you can point to anything. If you're looking at these claims, it's future damages. So this young lady's 16 years old.
Yeah.
That's
you
right.
don't know what her future damages or future potential
She could be
earning.
traumatized.
Right. The
Yeah.
trauma that she has to deal with
Therapy.
could be lifelong. And so you'll have some formula that says if I'm the representing them, I'm saying that she has the potential to own millions.
Yeah.
If I'm the airline, I'm saying that she has the potential to earn maybe hundreds of thousands.
Right.
And somewhere in the middle is where you'll get a settlement. And I potentially see this settling easily down the road. Because these facts, you don't want this as the airline at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Collie Froze, Make A Beeler. I like this.
Yeah, thank
I
you so
do
much
too.
for chiming
I
in.
do
Both
too.
in tag
Yeah,
team.
very good.